Hi everyone, it is time for my absolute favorite video of the year, which also always happens to be the very last video of the year here on my channel, and that is of course my vinyl collection of 2024. So in case you haven't watched the first two, I will link them up here and in the description down below. So just to let you know, this isn't a full collection video. This is just every single vinyl I've collected within the course of this year. Otherwise this video would be ages and ages long. I am still a little bit sick, so if you hear in my voice, I'm so sorry about that, but I am so ready to go for this video. The way this will work is the same way that it always works. I'll show you the vinyl, the pressing if it's not like boring standard black, and I'll let you know my favorite song on the album. What a year for music this was. This was like a crazy year for music. I don't remember music ever being so good all at once. Like, everyone released this year, it felt like. This was the year of the pop girls. I'm in my Taylor Swift shirt and I'm so ready to go, so let's just get started. So technically, I ordered this album last year, but it didn't ship until the new year, like early 2024. So that is Fruitcake. This was the very first one that arrived to my door this year. I love this album. I would probably say, hear me out, this is the best album she's ever done. Still, okay? Short and Sweet's great. Emails I Can't Send is great. This is on top. This is the best Christmas album ever. I absolutely love it. I listen to it year round. Like, I actually have a problem. And choosing a favorite off of this is like choosing a child. But I would probably say Buy Me Presents, or Is It New Year's Yet? They're just both so good. And of course, A Nonsense Christmas released on Netflix this year, which was so fun. And this is just the green pressing. The Fruitcake pressing wasn't available last year, but honestly, I like this one better, so I'm happy with this. 2024 was also the year of a lot of soundtracks for me. The very first soundtrack I got was for the Priscilla movie. I mostly got this because I love the cover art. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm a huge Sofia Coppola fan. You'll see more after. So when I saw this, I was like, I need this. I need this just so that I have it in my collection. And sometimes like the movie soundtrack vinyls become really hard to find later, so I knew I had to scoop it up. And this is the Urban Outfitters pressing. It is pressed on this gorgeous baby blue. Absolutely adore this. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, don't get mad at me. I don't know a single song on this. Sometimes I just spin it for vibes, so can't really pick a favorite here, but oops, someone's at the door. Can't really pick a favorite here, but I absolutely adore this record and I do spin it for vibes. So the beginning of the year was kind of slow for me, so the next thing that I have is from Record Store Day. I was really good at the beginning of this year, and then towards the end of the year, not so much. Record Store Day this year for me was also a massive fail. There were so many things that I wanted and they were all taken from me. I was in line so early too, and everything was gone. I managed to get one thing on my list, and that was the Olivia Rodrigo Noah Kahan Stick Season vinyl. This is a 7-inch. This was also a huge year for 7-inch vinyls for me for whatever reason. Don't know why, but it was. My wallet does not thank me for it. So, but I do love this. I think that this is such a great idea for a 7-inch Record Store Day pressing. So basically they both did a cover of each other's songs. Olivia sings Stick Season and then Noah sings Alacy, and it's just so good. I actually don't listen to very many male singers, to be honest with you, like aside from my One Direction boys, I really just don't. So the only version of Stick Season that I knew was the one that Olivia performed, and that's when I got hooked on it, and I couldn't listen to her version on Spotify, which drove me insane. And luckily they did press this. It is on a beautiful like mauve colored vinyl, and it is marbled, but only if you hold it up to the light, so I can't really show you right now, unfortunately. It reminds me of a lot of the Taylor Swift Folklore Clandestine Meetings vinyl. I have both and they're very similar in color and marbling. But yeah, absolutely love this, and I love both songs. I love Olivia's cover of Stick Season. I think it's great. To soften the blow of not getting any other of my ISOs on Record Store Day, I also picked this up on Record Store Day because it was long overdue for my collection, because it's one of my favorite Taylor Swift albums and a crime I didn't have it earlier, and that is Reputation. I love this album. It's in my top 3 Taylor albums of all time. I would say Folklore and Evermore are like #1. They're sister albums. I'm not separating them. They are both #1, and Reputation is #2. It's right up there for me. and I love so many of the songs on this. It is so hard to choose. I'm gonna have to say Dress though, is probably my favorite Reputation song. And this is the standard picture disc pressing, which is super cool. And hopefully 2025 is the year of Rep TV, fingers crossed. So this isn't the Record Store Day version of this, but this is the Feather 7-inch pressing directly from Sabrina Carpenter's website. And honestly, I like this pressing better than the Record Store Day pressing. I think it suits it better. It's gonna be a little bit hard to see on camera, but it is a translucent pink glitter pressing, and I don't know why we don't do more glitter pressings in the vinyl community. I think that they're so cool, and there's certain albums and songs that just fit it so well. This just has Feather and then Feather sped up on the other side, so I'm not gonna choose a favorite. Obviously Feather, but it's so good, I love it. Also, can I just say, Sabrina does so well with her covers for 7-inch vinyls. I think that's what sucked me into them this year, because I don't normally collect 7-inch vinyls, but they were all so good and so cute, and I need them all. Okay, and then of course the first like major drop of the year for me, and for many other people, was the Tortured Poets department. So I did buy it obviously off of her website when it first came out, and I did get the signed version of the vinyl, so I just have this at the front. It is so beautiful. This is my first signed Taylor Swift vinyl. I have a CD as well, but this was my first vinyl. And then this is just on the Ghosted White, because that is the only version that came signed this time around, so that's the one that I got. Oh my goodness, this is such a hard one because there's literally 31 songs on this album, so I'm gonna cheat a little bit. The Anthology is not on this one, so that kind of gives me less to work with, which is good. Ooh, I'm gonna have to say my favorite. It switches every week. Right now, currently at this moment in time, it's probably LOML, but ooh, they're all so good. I love Tortured Poets department. Anyone who says that it's not that good or that it's overhyped or anything like that, like, you're wrong. You're simply wrong. This is one of the best albums she's ever made to date. It is so good. And I feel like it's very underappreciated. I feel like outside of the fandom, nobody appreciates it. But you know what? Nobody appreciated Reputation either. And it's also one of her best albums, so maybe reevaluate, guys. Okay, next I got Chappell Roan's The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess, and this is the collector's edition with like the little sleeve. It's just pressed on standard black. I love Tortured Poets, but this is my album of the year. This is the best album. It didn't come out this year, but for whatever reason it's been nominated for Grammys this year. I guess it falls within the time. I discovered her at the very, very beginning of this year, so just slightly before everybody else. And I managed to get $40 tickets to her concert in Buffalo, which is where I grabbed this, because at the time, you couldn't find this anywhere. Like, it was not available in any record store in Canada at all. So I grabbed it there. Probably paid way too much, but it's okay. It's fine. And then of course it was pressed in like a bunch of different variants anyways afterwards, but I'm happy with this because it's like my little memory from the concert, that in my t-shirt that I bought. And yeah, this was literally my entire Spotify Wrapped this year. Choosing a favorite off of this is so hard. If you ask Spotify, my favorite was Super Graphic Ultra Modern Girl, because I listened to that apparently so many times this year. But like in my heart of hearts, my favorite is My Kink is Karma. All right, back with the Sabrina 7 inches. I got the Espresso 7-inch. This one, and again, it's so cute. This is so adorable. I love her aesthetic and her vibe. She really just hits so hard with it every single time. It's so pretty. And in the back, it's on like this brown espresso looking vinyl, and the center sticker has like an espresso cup stain, which is such a cute touch and I absolutely love it. And again, this just has espresso on both sides, so can't really pick a favorite, but I absolutely adore this. And another 7-inch. This is the Good Luck Babe 7-inch. I was obsessed with this the entire year. I still am. It's so good, but honestly the main reason why I bought this was because there's a demo in the back, which I love. I love it when 7 inches don't just have the same song twice. I'm sorry, I actually hate that. Give me something, you know what I mean? Like, it's so much for one song, and if you're gonna put 2 songs on there, why would you put the same song on twice? So yeah, this has the demo for Rita Makeout, and I need her to release it immediately because it's such a good song, and I'm so excited for the new music she has planned. I can't wait. Then I got Gatsby. This is not the record store day one. This was the one that she released on her website. I was holding off to buy Guts on vinyl until the deluxe was released, which worked out in my favor. This is the splatter edition. So one is splatter on this nice purple, and then the other is this red splatter. It's very, very cool. I love this album. Like, all of the pop girlies were just going at it so hard this year. Everything they released was so good. Again, this wasn't released this year. It was released last year, but I went to the Guts tour this year, so in my mind, like, this was a this year album. And I would say my favorite off of this, again, it changes so often. It's probably The Grudge or Lacey. Then I got this album for my birthday. This is the Tangled soundtrack. I love Tangled. It's my favorite Disney movie by far. My brother gave me this for my birthday, and it's probably one of the prettiest pressings in my entire collection. It is so beautiful. How pretty is that? It literally looks like a flower, and it's pressed on this deep purple color, and it's just so pretty. I absolutely love it. And of course, my favorite song on this is I See the Light. Yet another 7-inch. This is the Please 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 7-inch. It's got the same song on both sides. I love this. I think it's so cute, and I love that the pressing is actually a glow-in-the-dark pressing. It's my very first glow-in-the-dark vinyl, which I've added a lot to my collection this year that are like things I've never had before, between glitter records, glow-in-the-dark records, liquid-filled records. So it's been a cool year for like my collection. But yeah, super cute. Universal Music accidentally sent me 2 of these. One is unopened. If any of you want that, like, leave it in the comments and I'll ship it to you. Because yeah, I can't really do anything with it, but it's sealed if you want it. But yeah, so cute. Alright, so then Short and Sweet came out. I did get the alternative cover. I love this cover much more than the original, so when I saw this I had to get it. I do love the original, don't get me wrong, but this is just so cute. I love it. I love the pale blue. And this was supposed to be the Moonlit Blue pressing, but there's no blue tint to this whatsoever. It is just clear. And then I would probably say that my favorite song on this is Dumb and Poetic. Okay, next vinyl that I got was the Marina Ancient Dreams in a Modern Land vinyl. I love Marina. I've loved her music since Electra Heart came out, but I am also a fan of the Family Jewels, and this album's so good. If you love Chappell Roan, I feel like you'd really appreciate Marina. If you don't know her older stuff, but also her newer stuff, this is such a good album. I wish I could have gone to the tour, but unfortunately the Toronto date did get cancelled and not rescheduled. But hopefully she comes back soon because this is so, so good. My favorite song on this is probably Man's World. Then I also got Emails I Can't Send. This is pressed on the standard bone pressing. I just went on a record store run and picked up a few albums that I was missing from my collection one day, so that's what this is from. My favorite song off of here is probably the title track, Emails I Can't Send, but this is such a good pop album, and I feel like not enough people know it still. Like, even after she's blown up, I feel like not enough people know this album. I went to the concert, and the songs off of Emails I Can't Send, the crowd was just silent. It was so weird, but definitely give this a listen if you haven't yet. Okay, back to soundtracks. Next, I got the Saltburn soundtrack. This movie is crazy if you haven't seen it. And this pressing might be crazier than the movie itself, to be honest with you. I saw it and I was like, I need that. Like, that's hilarious and I need that. It is the bathwater pressing. If you've seen the movie, you know what I mean. I'm just gonna take this out and show you, but it is a liquid-filled vinyl, the very first in my collection. It's so cool, and it's got like the little drain in the middle of the vinyl. I just love this, and honestly, it's such a good soundtrack, so I'm really happy to own it. And I would say that my favorite song off of this vinyl is Murder on the Dance Floor. Okay, and then next was the album that like took over the entire year, of course, and that's Brat. But it's not just any Brat, it's Brat, and it's completely different, but it's also still Brat. Also, seeing this like flip the right way is so funny just because of the way the viewfinder is. But it is actually written backwards. This is such a good album. This was my obsession during the summer. I did go to the Sweat Tour. So good and so much fun. Every single song on here is amazing. Every single remix is incredible. and this is pressed on. It's kind of like a lemonade color. I don't even know how to explain it. It's clear, but it's also not really. It's like a milky clear, I guess, is probably the best way to describe it. But my favorite off of this album is Guess featuring Billie Eilish. Two of my biggest ISOs got repressed this year on like different pressings, but like I've wanted these soundtracks for so long, so I was so excited to get them. The first one is the Marie Antoinette soundtrack. This is the Urban Outfitters exclusive, and it is pressed on this beautiful split pressing. It's clear and pink, and then the second LP is clear and blue. So cool. I absolutely love this. Like I said, huge Sofia Coppola fan. This is my favorite Sofia Coppola movie, which is why I've wanted this for so long, and it is such a fun soundtrack. I would say that my favorite is probably I Want Candy. The next huge ISO off of my list that I managed to get this year was the Great Gatsby vinyl. I've literally wanted this for so long. First of all, because I love this movie, I love this soundtrack, it is so good, but second of all, and more importantly, it is the only vinyl that has Young and Beautiful by Lana Del Rey on it. And it also has an orchestra version of Young and Beautiful by Lana Del Rey. So I'm so happy that I finally have this. I don't even have to tell you guys what my favorite song off of this one is, you already know. But this is the repressing from Urban Outfitters, and it is pressed on a beautiful green. I'm just gonna turn it because it's got this really cool marbling. I love this, especially for this movie, because it's very like, you know, Gatsby believed in the green light. So I think it's a very cool and on point pressing, and I just really, really love this. I'm so happy to finally have it. And of course, the Anthology was released on vinyl. This is a 4 LP, so it's heavy duty, and they're all just a different version of like a gray marble. I'll take another one up for you just to show you. They're similar, but not all the same. So there's another one, like a smoky gray vinyl. My favorite song on this, right now it's Peter. I also love How Did It End. I hate it here. Oh my goodness, literally so Chloe or Sam or Sophia or Marcus. Maybe I changed my answer. I'm gonna say Chloe or Sam or Sophia or Marcus. I just love this whole album. It's so good. So good. I love it. Okay, next I got Boygenius, the record. I love this album. This is just pressed on, oh, you can't see it because it is a rice sleeve, I promise. It's just got that paper on top as well. But this is the standard black pressing, and my favorite song off of this one is Not Strong Enough. Then I got Phoebe Bridgers' Punisher. I love this album. It's so good. I think it's even better on vinyl. I think it was one of those albums that was just meant to be on vinyl. I love it. I need Stranger in the Alps still, but I love this album so much. It has my favorite Phoebe Bridgers song of all time on here, which is I Know the End. I could literally write an entire thesis on that song, I swear. I love it so much. I think it's so brilliant and by far the best song she's ever written, which is saying something because she's incredible. And this is once again just the standard black pressing. I got this for Christmas. And then finally, the very last vinyl that I got this year was the Nonsense 7-inch, right there. See, this one does also have Nonsense on both sides, but one is the Christmas version, which I actually like the Christmas version better than the original Nonsense. Like I said, I love Fruitcake. I think it's the best she's ever done. But yeah, it's so cute. It's got the little heart in the middle, which is currently upside down, but that's okay. And yeah, I just love this one so much. I think this is a good way to do the same song on both albums, is to at least like put, you know, like a remix version or something, not just like sped up, but that's just a me thing maybe, but yeah. So that is my entire vinyl collection of 2024. If you guys want to see the 2023 or 2022 one, make sure to watch them. I'll leave it up here and down below as well. And until next time, I will see you guys in the new year. Bye!